Okay, guys, welcome to the team call for Wednesday, October 4th. So the first October team meeting. I feel like before we know it, we're going to be saying Happy New Year or Merry Christmas or something. So especially with only 14 weeks to go in my pregnancy, I'm totally counting and cherishing every day before. I'm like not ready for 2018 whatsoever. I don't know about you guys, but my mind is still trying to figure out 2017. Okay, so today I was thinking about what I wanted to cover on the team call tonight. And of course, we're going to do recognition. And I said we talk about Clean Week. And, you know, after having a really awesome Tahoe coach sleepover with some coaches that A, I had never met before, B, some of them have been a coach for like 2 months and they're about to hit diamond. I mean, and some coaches have been with me for 3 years. So it was really cool to kind of have this melting pot of all different coaches from different backgrounds, stories, experiences, and I feel like it's so appropriate to have them share just something that they learned or took away from the retreat. So you guys are going to hear from some of these coaches, and keep in mind that these are coaches. So when I was talking to Candace, because she is the leading team within Dream Corp, I was like, you know, I really want to reward them. I really want to invite them all over, and they're semi-local. Some did have to fly in, and so Candace and I put together some not requirements, but qualifications for them to achieve, and they worked their ass off. And so, and then I had a couple of my own local personally sponsored coaches here, because why not, right? And we just had such a great time. And before I started the retreat, it's not a retreat, so you're going to hear me say retreat, but before we started the sleepover, I was like, what am I doing? Who am I to have these 15 people come sleep in my house? I didn't have a plan. I didn't have an agenda. And I think because I didn't really have an agenda, it went so well and we connected. And I really hope that some of you that still have never been to an event, or if you went to an event and then never applied the things that you learned, that you will find an event that is just the moment for you to move forward in your life and business. And for me, it was even a huge part of me pushing in this last quarter. Just how I felt when they all left. I was like, wait, come back. I don't want you guys to leave. So it was such a great time. And it's so important for you guys to hear their experience so that you can also hopefully work towards either hosting a retreat one day, attending a retreat, going to an event. It's all about that human connection. Okay, that was like a really long-winded way of telling you why I wanted to have them do that. But do we have any recognition or shout-outs that you guys would like to do? I know we do have one.
I do. I want to shout out Marissa because she's going to hit diamond on Thursday. She's only been a coach for 2 months, so she's been kicking butt.
It was so cool to meet her this evening. I'm so excited because I never knew that she was a coach for 2 months. And so these people pop up in the team page, and if people are committed and dedicated and excited, I notice them because they show up and I can feel their presence. And so here's this new chick, and I was like, who is this? And she's crushing her fitness, she's crushing her social media, and she pops in my inbox and she's asking for critiques and advice, and I'm like, yes. And then before I know it, I didn't even know at the sleepover when Haley announced it, that she's just, oh yeah, no big deal, just hitting diamond. So it's so cool. I'm excited to hear. Is she with us tonight, right? She's on here?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. Okay. I was trying to scroll through the names because I can't see everyone's face on one screen. Okay, well, congratulations. And that's going to make you 1 star, right?
I wish. No, she's not my PS. She's under
that's right.
coaches, but
that's right.
It's okay.
But it's honestly, and I love that you're like, that's okay, because there are some of my best coaches that I work with that they aren't even my personally sponsored, and it's about your team. It's about that community. It's about that environment. And so clearly you're leading the way, paving the way. I just love it. Any other recognition?
I do. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Sarah Weems will be Emerald tomorrow, and I'm really proud of her because she's been kind of in and out, wasn't really sure what she was doing, and now she's been talking the talk and walking the walk. So, yay.
I love emeralds. They're the best. Congratulations.
Ooh, can I do one?
Of course. Hi, Krista.
Hi. I want to shout out Sarah. She is one coach away from Diamond. She's so close, and she's actually doing it in her husband's account, and it's really crazy because she's going to hit Diamond and then 1-star pretty immediately. So I cannot recognize her enough. She's amazing, and I'm so proud of her. Yay.
Congrats. Moving right along. Clearly, you guys are duplicating over there. I love it. Was there anyone else?
Can I just give a shout out real quick?
Of course.
I just want to give a shout out to my girl, Kate, who is on the call now. She hasn't been a coach for about 3 weeks, and she's been jumping on the call and diving into the training. So she's getting on it.
I saw her last week. She was into it.
Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't last week. It was one of her first weeks, maybe even the very first week she signed up. And so I love it. Showing up is what it's all about. Okay, did I cut anyone else off? Okay, so this will be kind of, I guess, a random team call where I'm going from talking about Clean Week to a Tahoe coach sleepover and, what these seasoned and newer coaches are learning. But Clean Week really is, I just want to kind of explain a little bit of my thoughts on it and just answer any questions you guys have. Although I've heard it a million times, anytime that leadership rolls out anything to the leaders, typically I learn all the ins and outs first. But this is so new and so different that it didn't even click until yesterday when I listened to Kim Carver's video in Beachbody Champions page. And then, of course, I talked about it on the Surge last night. But I want you guys to know that the Clean Week program itself is in front of the pay grade. So what that means is they don't have to put in a credit card to get access to the workouts. They create a free Team Beachbody account, and then it will, they log in, and they'll list you as their coach, and then they get to access the workouts. So, but if they want the meal plan and they want the Shakeology, you have your own personalized link for that. So I believe it is loaded if you guys use BB Links, which, by the way, is not run by Beachbody. It's ran by like a software developer. So, if things don't pop up in there or not working, it's not a Beachbody thing. It's just someone made this software, this app for us to use, which is awesome. I'm pretty sure that it is loaded in there. I didn't check since yesterday. It said like coming soon when I did look. And that way it has your coach ID attached. So if someone's going to buy the 7-day Clean Week sampler package, that requires them to then create a Team Beachbody account, which they can then use to log in at Beachbody On Demand and get Clean Week. So it will show the other workouts. It will show, like, I don't know the exact workouts, but let's say Shift Shop, Insanity, and Pio will be on the screen, but if they go to click on it, it will ask them to upgrade. So Clean Week is the only one that they can access the workouts. So I'm not going to go over all my notes and stuff on the video that Kim Carver made, but I just wanted to make sure I pointed that out. Again, they cannot access the meal plan unless they have the 7-day sampler, or you as their coach, because you can download it and give it to them if you want. I wouldn't. I'd make them buy the 7-day sampler. If they have a Team Beachbody account, they always have access to the workout. So there's no expiration. It doesn't work like the trial, which is pretty cool. So that, if you're planning a challenge, it doesn't really matter when they sign up. They're not going to like lose access in 7 days or anything like that. What else? I wish I highlighted what I wanted to say. Oh, you can also invite people to create a free Team Beachbody account through the My Challenge Tracker. Excuse me, because when you send out invites in the Challenge Tracker, it goes to their email, and then it asks them to create a Beachbody On Demand account or Team Beachbody account if they don't have one. So that's also another way to invite someone if you're going to do it that way. So the whole idea of Clean Week, especially we all get no's, right? When we invite someone to a challenge group or we tell them the price of something, we all have a list of people somewhere, I hope, of either follow-ups or no's or hesitant people. I don't know if I'm going to like it. I don't know if I'm ready to invest. Like, we created this to get people's foot in the door for that exact reason. And so I don't know what you guys, but I'm not a meal plan kind of girl. I've never made a meal plan for someone successfully in my life because I never know what I want to eat for the day. So that's not my strength. And so rather than and for a brand new coach, like someone that just signed up today, they can invite someone to do this clean week, 7-day, low investment, try out Shakeology. There's a challenge group guide. Beachbody tells you what to post in your group. Like, it's brilliant for a new coach. So I'm the kind of coach who dove in with a T25 10-week program, and I love Shakeology, and I just did the challenge group. Maybe you guys have coaches like that too, but not everyone is that excited and just diving in head first. So this is a really good step down option. So I shared my script. Chantel, if you guys are at the sleepover this weekend, I say her name wrong every time. Chantel, I'm gonna call her Toasty instead. Toasty, she shared her script. So you guys can kind of play around with the script of what we're sending people. But guys, if you have a list of people that have said no and you're not sending them a message, why? This was designed for that, for you to get your foot in the door to start helping people and then transition them into a group later on. This was designed for your nose. This was designed for the people who struggle to hit Success Club. Please utilize it. And then Megan Davies, she's our new trainer. So there's a million ways that you can hype it up and jazz it up to people. The challenge group guide, I took a look at it. It's actually pretty good, and I just tweaked a couple things myself. And that's it. It's super easy. Do you guys have any questions? What was there questions? So yeah, someone asked what BB Links was. BB Links is an app. So if you're, I don't know, is it on Android? Android users? Is it on Android? Yeah, okay. So it doesn't matter what phone you have, you can go into the App Store and download BB Links. But if you guys, I'm an FAQ junkie. I use everything from Beachbody themselves. I go to my Coach Online office, and at the bottom it says FAQs. I'm an FAQ junkie. And so if you type in Clean Week or 7-day Clean Week Shakeology Sampler, it tells you what your link is in there. You just add in your coach ID. And so you have to know your coach ID for that. But the BB Links is nice because you can just copy it and send it on over to people. Erin, go ahead. Do you have a question?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. My question is, I saw in the FAQ that Clean Week was available from October 3rd to October 19th. And my question is, does that mean even if they sign up on the 19th that they have 1 week from the 19th to access? Or does that mean by the 19th it will no longer be the free access to the Clean Week?
No, it's always going to be free. So I don't know what that 19th is. Maybe, actually, yeah, I don't know what that would be for. It's like, it's in there forever. It's not going away. This is in our library now. So I'll take a look. Maybe that's a typo, which I have found in FAQs before. Glad you asked. Let me write it down.
Thank you.
October 19th. Now I'm curious. I'm trying to think of what that would be. So yeah, no, it's here to stay. It won't be going away. And no, so Success Club, the only way we got Success Club is through a home direct order of a product, something we call it consumables. So Shakeology, Daily Sunshine, or if we're selling a challenge pack. So again, this is an introduction to then moving on to a challenge pack. So I'm offering, like, I'm not going to change my whole business and be like, you can spend 30 or 160. That's not what I'm teaching you guys to do. But when you are leading with what you believe in, the challenge pack, the total solution, business as usual, but then you have the, oh, I'm not too sure. You know, you can feel and you hear objections from people. Once you get the absolute no and they're kind of passing it up, then that is when I'm going to lead with the Clean Week. And so I'm probably going to have one group a month for Clean Week. And then that way you can get them, because the volume and the commission on a 7-day sampler pack is like peanuts. It's not much because they're only spending $30, but you have to have the long-term vision of building the relationship, showing the value, getting their foot in the door, getting them some results because the workouts are really awesome, and then transitioning them over. But I'm still always going to lead with, you know, the big package.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
So do they get the clean week workout for forever? Because if they order and then their Shakeology takes however long to get there, like, is it going to cut them off? Or I don't know. I guess that was the only thing I was confused about.
Yeah, no, so they have it forever. It's only
Right.
workouts.
Okay.
There's no cutoff. It's there. Once they have a TBB, I can't like abbreviate, TBB.com account, it's there. And so
they
that's
have clean week workout forever.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Was there another question? Yeah, so I'm like repeating the question about Success Club because I want to make sure that you guys know what equals Success Club. It's like Shakeology on Home Direct. It is selling a challenge pack. Those are the things that get you guys Success Club. I sell a lot of performance line myself because I talk about it on my social media. So if you do sell the performance pack, that also, that equals a challenge pack, that's Success Club. So, Sarah, did you have a question? Sorry, Kate has a question. I'll let whoever wants to unmute themselves, you can, or they want to transition after the.
Okay, I have a question.
Yes.
So basically, if we finish the clean week and then they want to, sign on with a challenge pack, how would we send them their enrollment, like through the mobile app still, or is there like a different process?
So I have been told that, because typically before, if someone else was my customer already, when I go to send them the Coach mobile app, it will say this customer already exists.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't tested it myself yet, but yes, you basically, let's start with, because I haven't tried it yet, sending them the Coach mobile enrollment like we do. If it says this customer already exists, then that's when I would use Beachbody links to send them the link to order the challenge pack.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Sorry, I don't know who was first. Kate, do you have a question?
Yeah, I was just wondering how to go about starting to get people on board as far as the Clean Week is concerned. Do I just make a post on my Facebook?
So as far as
page?
As far as being a newer coach, there's a couple different ways. Making a post isn't necessarily going to make sales or get people into your groups. It helps as long as you're doing a really good job of sharing your journey like we teach in the trainings and things. But you want to make a list of people and you want to start inviting people to your group. So you'll pick a date to start your Clean Week group. So let's say, I'm making up a random date, October 12th. Typically I suggest it starting on a Monday. And so you're going to, have a list of people. I suggest going with the people closest to you, friends, people who have liked and commented on the posts you have been making. Jason can definitely help you write posts and things like that. He's really good at that. But the best way to do it is to manually invite people with your passion and excitement for them to join you.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. Yeah. Kim Carver's video was very helpful. Okay, Janelle, did you have a question too? Or I saw your name somewhere.
No, I just wanted to quickly share how, like, yesterday I touched base with you about, like, utilizing this with my clean eating group. So a lot of you guys are part of me and Craig's, like, ongoing clean eating recipe group that we have going. And I know over time that it's taken months. It's basically taken me all year to build the amount of people I have in this group. And this isn't a Beachbody based group. I don't like blast like sales and stuff in here. I do share Beachbody recipes. I share container counts. It's basically just a place that is public and people can go and add themselves to. And so that's already showing me that they're interested in clean eating. And so now everybody that has been requesting to be in this group, instead of me messaging them like I usually do, like, hey girl, like, are you just looking for recipes or are you following a meal plan in particular? I'm going to be saying that to people, but there are, like I told Colleen yesterday, there's so many people that are interested in clean eating, but there's so many people that are also wicked skeptical. And there's also a lot of things out there on the market for shakes and whatnot, especially getting into the UK and having like a public group like this, I have a lot of people from overseas, and there's a lot of different other MLMs and juices and cleanses and isogenics and all of these other supplements out there. So I think it's a really huge opportunity for people to really utilize, like Colleen said, she's not like big into meal plans. Like she doesn't really think about what she's going to eat. Like it's just, food's not her thing. And I think for people that want food to be their thing, this is like going to be their avenue for it. And so if you guys continue to post the consistency of like your food and what the meal plan has done for you, it's like with the free group that I'm running for the clean eating, I guess if you're wanting to get into a clean eating group, it's allowed me to build that trust and consistency with the people over the months, like this year. And now people that are knowing me more have been interested when I've been letting them know that Clean Week is like now available. So it's kind of been like a huge stepping stone for me for this just free group that I'm giving information from to like utilizing it a little bit more since these people are strangers. I mean, I don't know any of these people.
Yeah, it's basically like, you know, getting their foot in the door. So I'm realizing, like, in my head, this is just like, oh my God, it's so easy, guys, just go freaking do it. But I know that doesn't work for people. So as I am like listening to, like, Janelle and I are seasoned in challenge groups, there are tons of faces staring at me that I know, number one, haven't had the kahunas yet to start their own group. This is your chance. Here's what I need you guys to do. I need you to do the program. You need to do Clean Week. You need to go in and look at the recipes, look at the meal plan. You need to create your own experience in this. Otherwise, you will just be selling people of join my Clean Week, and you have no background. You have no like ability to share the experience and make connections with people of why they need to do this. So you need to do the program, and then you need to become a student. So in the Coach Online office, there is the sales and marketing tab, and there's product tools in there. Go read about it. If you don't know anything about it, if you haven't even watched, you know, The Surge, if you haven't watched Kim Carver's video, you have to, being an entrepreneur is about like getting the info and applying the info. So becoming that student and diving into it yourself is going to be what helps you have the confidence. Because once you finish a week of it and you just had, I don't even know how many recipes there are myself yet, X amount of new recipes in your belt, you tried with a new trainer, new workouts, you're going to be more excited to talk about it with people. And then you have a start date. So that's what I think you guys need to do. If you've never done a challenge group, you can't break it. You can't mess it up. You just need to kind of have a little bit of a plan. Okay? Were there other questions about Clean Week? Okay, cool. All right, so let's talk about the goodies from this past weekend. I just muted myself. So I wish I had time to hear from everyone, and I sent a message to the group and was like, hey, I'd love to just hear like 5 minutes of kind of your experience and your thoughts. And some people are working, they weren't able to make it, but they don't know who I'm going to call on. But I was like, I just want to give everyone a chance. And everyone was so well spoken at the team retreat when they shared their story. And when these girls opened up and shared their story, all of us were like, holy shit, I did not know that about you. And that is what this is about. It's helping each other have the courage to share our story, have the connection. And I know that they all left a completely, at least a piece of them was a completely different person. And so, Nikki, you're staring right at me. I'd love to hear from you.
Oh my gosh, how did I know you were gonna call on me? I'm like getting all chills again and my eyes are watering. This trip was like such a life, maybe not life, but it was definitely a transformational trip for me. I went into it thinking that I was gonna be like a fly on the wall and I was just gonna like learn from other people and soak up the knowledge, but that like didn't happen at all. It was like a rough day for me when I first got to the retreat. I found out one of my family members passed away, so I was kind of like struggling if I should stay at the retreat or if I should go. And it was kind of just like, you know, like what, like I fly out on Tuesday, like why leave and spend money on a plane ticket when my grandma already passed away. And I just felt like so loved, and like I couldn't have been in like a better place to
be experiencing those feelings and awkwardness, because I definitely felt awkward, and I just wanted to like be a fly on the wall, like I said, and just not really open up. But I did, and that's like the biggest thing that I took from this trip is the community, and the community became so real to me once I saw all these people and saw, you know, I don't know, like I even remember like I pinched Candace, like, oh, you're real. Like I really wanted to like, you're really real. Like you're here. Like it's just so weird for me to like see you on my phone and like to scroll and see you from like this 2D image to like I could touch these people and they're real and they like didn't catfish us and they really lose weight and like they really have these awesome stories. And when we did share our stories, it made me feel so much more connected to the team, and it made me feel like I'm not weird, because I have a pretty incredible story myself, and I always kind of just walk around with this secret about it and feel like, you know, oh my gosh, if this person finds out, like they're probably totally going to judge me. And after I shared my story, I just remember like looking up and like seeing Colleen smile, and but also seeing like everybody's just emotions in the room, and like I almost like waited, like I don't know, like should I go sleep in the car, like did I say something wrong? And like everybody was just like overwhelmingly like sharing, giving me love, and for the first time I felt really connected to the team, and it wasn't just likes or comments on a post. I felt a true connection. I felt true friendships that I've never really had in my life. And it's cool because other people have shitty backgrounds and stories and past just like I do. And so that community was incredible to feel. And so if you are like scared to go to a retreat or go to a summit or go to a super Saturday, like so was I. Like I was so awkward the first couple hours at Colleen's house. Like I just kept looking around, like I didn't know what to do or say, and people kept like talking to me and like recognizing me, and like a few people I didn't recognize, but they recognized me. So it was just a incredible experience, and I just encourage you to like lean into that and do it. And I knew I was doing it like a month before it happened. I bought my plane ticket before I even knew I hit Success Club the next month. Like I was just committed, like I'm gonna go to California and see these people. And it's scary, and it was like my palms were sweaty and just all the feels, but everything that you could imagine good. Like I can't even explain like how good it feels just to feel loved and accepted, because I never knew unconditional love as a child growing up and into my teens and into my 20s. And now being 27, like I am a part of such an amazing community, and we all are. We're part of Team Rising Lotus, we're part of Dream Corp, like whatever. Like it's cool to know like we're all equal. And when Colleen says like we're all equal, like she absolutely means it. Like she's not as intimidating as anybody might think because I know a few of us did feel like that, but she cares about us, and she literally wants to help us. And yeah, just to be there was incredible. Let's see, I have some notes here. Am I going up past my 5 minutes?
No, if you were done, I was just going to say one thing, and
okay,
whatever you want. If you have something else you want to share.
For some reason, I'm like all about talking and sharing my story now.
I know. Well,
it's good. Go ahead.
I was going to say, so we went to the beach and we took photos, and like Tahoe just takes your breath away as it is. And I look over at Nikki, and she was getting all emotional, and it's just like that experience. And I know I've been on 20 plus trips with Beachbody, and I watched her have that moment of like, shit, this is happening. And you made me all teary-eyed just thinking about it again, sitting there, because when I see someone have a moment like that or connect with the team and share, I feel like they're finally pulling the cobwebs off, and they're just like, world, here I am. And that for me is everything. So I was really proud of you for sharing your story, and everyone would love to hear it someday from you. I'm sure that you'll be out there inspiring people, and you're really well spoken. So I'm happy about that plane ticket.
Oh, thank you. Me too. It was no regrets at all. I just want to say one more thing. Colleen kept saying kind of like a quote, like I'll kind of quote her the whole weekend. she kept saying something along the lines of like, don't set a limit on anything in this business. And she said it like 3 or 4 times, and for some reason it just like resonated with me and stuck with me. And I kept like thinking like, well, like, what does that mean? Like, what does that mean? And so for me, I relate it to dirt biking, and like, that's the only analogy I have for it. But it's just like, I know a few girls that have been dirt biking for like 10 years. And then I know another girl who's been dirt biking for 4. And the girl who dirt bikes for 10 years, like she's okay, like she can get on, she can ride it, you know, and she can go around the track and stuff. But the girl that's been dirt biking for 4, you know, like she's killing it. Like she rails those berms and she like goes over the jumps and just like slams doubles. And it's just like, if you ask her like what her secret is, it's just time. It's just time on the bike. And so you can be coaching for 10 years and like just like diddling it like here and there, or you could be coaching for 4 years and like, you know, every day send out your 5 invites, every day do your 5 follow-ups, every day like do your vital behaviors, and it's really going to make a difference, that consistency over time. So imagine what that 4-year girl is going to be looking like in 10 years. And I don't know, I just felt like I wanted to share that analogy when I was thinking about it. So yeah.
Look at you, smarty pants. You're going to be like leading a team of 2,000 before you know it.
Oh, yay.
Oh, seriously. Man, that was only one person, and I'm like, not exhausted in a bad way, but I just like get so emotionally involved. I'm too pregnant. I kept saying that this whole weekend. Okay, well, thank you so much, Nikki. Again, it was great to meet you, and I look forward to the next time. Okay, I'm going to call on Kate. Where are you?
Me, Kate?
Kate Lampkin, yeah.
Oh, hi. Oh my gosh. So, going into, okay, I'm going to go back. Like 2 weeks before Nikki got here, I knew that she had her plane ticket. And I was so nervous. I thought like, oh my gosh, this isn't me. I don't meet people on the internet ever. And I definitely don't meet people and then have them come stay at my house for a week on the internet ever. So she got here and I was like so nervous. And she got in my car and it was like I'd known her my entire life. And we just totally clicked, like 100%. And she told me her whole story. And I felt like for the last 6 days, from Wednesday of last week until yesterday, there was so much. And I love Beachbody and I want to coach, and I went to this retreat and it opened up my eyes for everything. And Colleen, I was super nervous to meet you. I was like, oh my God, what if she hates me? So we get there and it was like an entire just room of everyone loving everyone, regardless of how you feel, what you've been through. Like we're all there for the same things, to better ourselves. And I felt at home, and it was the weirdest but best feeling ever. And I kind of keep things, I'm like, oh, like I'm not an emotional person, but I feel. So going through everything and having all these realizations of like, everyone was there to like better themselves, to help their significant others, which is what I want to do. Like, I don't want him to work and be breaking his back literally and his knees and everything else. And knowing that everyone's there to be supportive and it doesn't matter. And the stories that opened my eyes to things were amazing. So I'm holding all this stuff in and I felt like, oh, I'm not that emotional. And the instant Nikki got out of my car and I closed the door, I just started bawling, like driving home, 2-hour drive. And I'm just like, just crying. Like I called everyone, my sister, my brother, my mom, and I was like, I love you guys so much. And like I texted Nikki and I was like, I love you. All of the feels were crazy. And knowing that the community is there and it's actually like not just something that you see these people talk about, it's actually like a real thing. And everyone's real, and being there and having the connection, and everyone wants you to be better. Like everyone wants you to succeed. Everyone wants you to be Colleen. She wants you to be her and be in her shoes and be that person was a huge reality check for me. So taking the don't be a bitch, hit send has been a huge thing for me. And Nikki had it on her computer, like a little a little note on the bottom. So I now have a little "Don't be a bitch" hit send. And last night, and I mean, since I've been home every night, I'm like, oh, everybody. When before it was like, oh, 3 to 5. Now it's like everybody gets the invite. Everybody gets everything. Like, why not share it? This is a great community.
I think that's the most important lesson is once you have these moments and feels and until you experience it, it's kind of like, oh, you drank the Kool-Aid. Like some people roll their eyes at it. But then when you're in the moment and you're on the beach like Nikki, and then you're like, why am I crying? Like, what's going on? And it just hits you. Then you want to pay that forward to people.
Right. Like, I just didn't even know. And I feel like my heart has changed. Like, it's the weirdest. Like, I posted about it. I don't even know how to explain it. Like, I have all of these feelings where I'm just overwhelmed, but so full of love. Like, I'm so full of it. I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's
I'm getting goosebumps.
best feeling. I know. And I try not to cry. Like, I'm trying to keep it together. So it was so great. And like meeting like Callie was amazing. And Callie and Nikki and I have all decided to be success partners after the weekend. Right. So everything's been so great. And Nikki is like, I don't know how to explain it. I'm just so thankful. And it is the best thing that I've changed my life, 100%, all of it.
And there was only 15 of us. Imagine one day when all of us are all together. Oh, it's beautiful. Well, Kate, I'm glad you came. And Kate brought me the most beautiful gift, and that was super special to me. And they were all so nice to my doggies, which they all miss you guys. And then the other thing, too, was really funny. Like, people say they're intimidated to meet me. And, like, there are new coaches that come on this call, and they're like, but you're so Callie said I was so polished and had it together. I'm like, no, that's just called passion. Like, I'm so obsessed with this, and I would like give up 24 hours of sleep to help you guys like achieve greatness and awesomeness in your life. Like, Success Club is so cool and Clean Week is awesome, but these feelings, the personal growth, pulling off the cobwebs, like that's what I'm here for. So yeah, all the feels. Okay, who else was I going to ask? I wanted to hear actually from Marissa because she's the newest. So I'm like really curious to hear what Marissa will say.
Okay, so sorry, super nervous. I knew this was gonna happen. So I have only been doing this for 2 months. I started in the beginning of August, and I was so nervous. Like the night before, I almost backed out of going. Some things came up, and I was like just a basket case. Like, I was so stressed. But sorry, my kids are loud. Excuse me. Sissy, my husband's at work still.
Okay, if you have to do something, I can have someone else go or whatever you tell me.
No, I'm good. I'm good. Okay. Maybe not. Oh my gosh.
It's okay. Go do your thing, and you can go after them.
Okay. Sorry.
Don't worry. Real life. This is real life here.
Yes. Crying.
Let's see. Aw, mom duties. Taylor, you're on here. I want to hear from you, Tay Tay. Do you need me to unmute you?
All right, there we go. Hold on, let me take these off. Okay. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah? Hold on. Why can't I hear you?
I can hear you.
Okay. Might go kind of crazy here too. I'm on mom duty also, but geez, I was like not really prepared to say anything. But it was like really crazy to just be around you guys in person, and like the vibes, and like, yeah, like the feels are real. Like, I don't know, like, you don't know what people like.
Tay, you're breaking up because you're outside, I think. I can't hear you because you're outside. Technical difficulties. Oh, she got kicked off.
I'll jump back on.
Okay.
Well, my kids are good. So anyway, so I almost backed out of going. Like, I was super scared, decided, my husband talked me into it last minute to just go because he knew like I worked hard to, meet my requirements to go. And so I went and I met Haley and Kiana in Sacramento, and we drove over together, and I had only met them one time before. So really, like, I was going into this not knowing anybody. I was just super scared. But, as soon as I got with Kiana and Haley, like, my nerves kind of settled. And then we got to meet Colleen's house, and everyone was just so, like, I'm just going to repeat what everyone's saying, but everyone was just so great. Like, it was so nice to be around, like, all these girls who I would see online, like, just killing it, and, like, seeing that they're, like, real people and not as scary as I might have thought they were. And, it was just, like, so crazy. I've never been a part of anything like this. And just, like, the friendships and seeing, like, I'm so proud of all these girls that I just met. Like, their stories just, like, they just resonate so much with me, and, they just inspire me so much. So it just makes me really excited for, my next year, my next trip. I just can't wait, like, from not wanting to go at all to now I want to go to all the events. Like,
Marissa, what do you think? You hit Success Club to come to the retreat. You're a brand new coach. You are hitting Diamond. No big freaking deal. Like, what do you think has brought you some success? You make it seem very effortless, but I don't know, maybe you can share something with us that has helped you.
Like, when you talk about your story, like how you just kind of dove in and you kind of did things yourself, you kind of taught yourself the things. Like, I hear what you and Candace say and, like, what Haley says to do. And when, like, you guys suggest doing something, I do it because it's working for you. Like, I'm not, like, it's pretty simple. Like, if it's working for you, there's a reason. So, I just kind of, like, dove into all of the videos and resources, and just, it is simple. You just can't overthink it. Like, that's what I used to have, that problem of just thinking about things, and I would just wait on it and think on it and wait on it. But, you just have to do it. You just have to listen to you guys.
Your confidence definitely shows too. She didn't stand any max 30 guys for her first program. Like, that, it took me 2 years to pick that program. So it was amazing to meet you, and see, you didn't die. You spoke on a call. You did good.
It was so nice to meet you all. Like, I'm just so happy that I went. It was great. It was amazing. You guys were all amazing.
And it's funny because the people that said, like, I almost didn't go, like, first of all, shout out to your husband, because not all husbands are supportive like that. So I'm so glad that he pushed you to go. But the people that said, like, oh, I didn't know if I should come, I didn't know if I was going to qualify, all this stuff, I feel like those are the people that not needed it, but just had, like, the best experience. So, Audrey, you look so beautiful. I feel like I need to hear from you. You've done multiple events, so tell me how you feel about the sleepover.
Oh, that's so funny. I actually, I'm coming off of a stomach virus, so it's so sweet of you to say that I look beautiful. I'm not even home yet. I am actually, my connector stopped in Dallas, so I came to have dinner with a friend, and now I'm still in Dallas because I missed my flight because I was sick. So I haven't even really been able to process everything, but I know from other events that it's gonna hit me when I least expect it. And the days that I'm, like, trying to make a post with our group picture, I'm like, oh, I can't think of what to say. And then, like, I'll be at the grocery store and just start crying. But it's so funny that every single event is like a reaffirmation that one, we can all do hard shit. But two, just like you said, you can't put an expiration date on things. And I thought my first event, I felt like I kind of didn't belong because I was only Emerald and I was allowed to come to a Diamond event because, like, you saw something in me that you were like, come on. And I was like, oh my God, she's letting me come. And it solidified things that, oh my God, this is real. That feeling that everyone has at their first event where they're like, holy shit, like, these are real people. This can really happen for me. I can do this. There really is no difference between us all. And it's just crazy how that same feeling happens really at every event, because at every event you are in a different place. Either you've propelled forward or maybe you've fallen back. And at every event you meet new people that are in different places. either you've watched people propel forward, or you see new people like Marissa that's just like slaying it out the gate, you know, or like me being able to see Haley, who wasn't, I don't even think Haley was a coach when I went on my first retreat. I think maybe she was like about to bite the bullet. And now I see her and she's there with like her own team and she's killing it and it's amazing. And so having you repeat, just like Nikki said, having you repeat, don't set an expiration date on this, it just solidifies everything. And I know some people get really down on themselves if things aren't going how they planned, or if things aren't just constantly moving up. But that's not how life is. That's not even how our health journey is. You know, we don't lose weight like this. We lose weight like this. You know? So it's the same thing with business. And to know that this isn't like, if I just keep working at the same thing and I just keep doing the same shit and just keep learning from failures and keep growing, that no matter what, I will end up where I want to be. That's a guarantee that nothing else in life has. Relationships, college, like nothing else in life has that guarantee, you know? So it was kind of, I always kind of go into these events thinking like, oh, it's going to be a punch in the gut if I'm not where I want to be when I go. But then I go, you know, despite that, and I'm just like, oh, this is why I'm here. And it's just, I don't, you have to go to events. Like you have to. I don't know how anybody keeps their business going without attending events like this. I honestly don't, because there's a passion bucket that just has to be filled and you have to be reminded, and being in your own head constantly is not going to remind you why you're really doing things.
Absolutely. And I'll be like selfish for a moment. I was like, I need some peoples. I'm lonely over here in the mountains. Even though Candace is close, I'm like, come to my house, rock stars, let's connect, let's brainstorm. And it was great. So yeah, homegirl needs some love.
Yeah, I can love too.
It was great. And before I forget, I'm going to call one more person. But so Britt Nicole walks up to me on Sunday morning, like I'm haggard, tired, emotionally exhausted, in a good way, because you know I give my all to the events, can't half-ass them. And she hands me this book, and I like lost my shit because I wasn't expecting it. This like sleepover was for them, and I'm going to put the picture of all the girls here, and they all hand wrote me letters. And if you guys don't know why we do this, like it's just a reminder. And so I couldn't even look at it, couldn't read it until I left. And then I had my moments of reading it. And so, you know, yes, I might seem scary, but I'm reminded that like showing up for you guys every day is worth it. And someday you're going to have people writing you messages and letters and telling you guys how much you've helped them through their day. So I think what we do is pretty freaking cool. And so I just had to say thanks to everyone. And so there's a whole other half. So we're going to have another sleepover. You guys will have to fill in the other half. Felicia, Super Saturdays are all over the US and Canada. So as the time comes closer, you'll be able to look up, and you're in the New England area, so you actually have one of the most successful ones. Our CEO, Carl Deichler, was just at the last one. So I don't know who you guys will get next time, but Emily, one of our coaches, is actually on the Market Council, so she plans those events. Okay, so Candace, I have to hear from you because it was basically your team, and I just would love to kind of have you wrap it up for us.
Honestly, I went back and forth with like the right words to say because I haven't even cried yet. Like I've had little tears here and there. I don't think it's fully hit me, but when I was a new coach and I went to my first event, it was Summit, and I remember seeing Colleen with all of her team, and I was just like, oh my God, how cool, all these people, you know. And I was just kind of like Nikki said, I was kind of like a fly on the wall there just watching everybody. And she was like, wait until one day when you have your team. And I was like, yeah, whatever, you know, you hear those things and you're like, cool, yeah. And then it happened. Like, I don't think I've been surrounded by that many people other than our last summit. And just, I set up the photos whenever we do events because it's super fun for me. And I stand behind the tripod, and for a moment I just stand there and I just can't believe that, like, that this business is real, you know, because I show up for myself, because Colleen showed up for herself. I was able to show up for me. And then I look at all these women who are showing up for themselves because I show up for me, because she shows up for her. And it just really solidified how powerful this is, and that I will not stop. Like when I tell people I will be here and I'm not going anywhere, I'm serious, because this is life changing, you guys. Like, I know you guys know, like, I've watched Nikki, I've watched Kate, I've watched Audrey, I've watched Kiana, I've watched Haley, I've watched everyone that was there overcome such shitty experiences and challenges and growth. And I know that they're stronger from it and they have the tools to take on anything through this opportunity. Like, I know what it's like to be the girl that would crumble when anything happened. And the thing I wanted most out of this is to obviously become more confident and happy, but to be able to pay that forward to women. And just being at this retreat and hearing them speak and just hearing the things that they've overcome and how strong they are and empowered and happy, and that they're paying that forward to other people. Like, I feel like I've done my job, you know? And I just like, words can't even describe how much fulfillment and gratitude and joy. And
I remember you kept saying that this weekend. You said, how do we explain this feeling to people?
Yeah, they brought me a book too that, like Colleen said, with letters. I was not expecting that. They asked me to write a letter for Colleen, and I was like, yeah, of course, she's hosting us. She's putting on this retreat. And then when Audrey like told me when we were leaving, hey, thanks for helping Colleen do that. And I was like, oh, I didn't do anything. I still like, it just, I can't see myself as like you guys see me. And the more like reading these letters, I was like, oh my God, like I am this person that helps these people, but I will never take credit because people tell me I changed their life. And I want them to know that they did it. They did it. I will never take credit for that. I was not expecting that book. And I just like lost it. I was like, I can't read this right now. I'm going to cry. But it was seriously like, I don't know the words to explain how I felt there, other than just like, I don't know how to explain those feelings to people. Like, if anyone that's not a coach and does nothing about coaching, if they could feel what I felt in that moment, they would join me in an instant. No questions asked.
And what's really special too is I feel like, you know, when I say our team, like no labels, just like, you know, anyone that's joined me after me, because we're all technically a team. But I just feel like our team is different in a way that I've watched a lot of people rank advance faster and make more money faster and do all these crazy business accolade things. But I'll tell you one thing about our team is that our foundation of mental strength, emotional strength, and the ability to overcome like the craziest things is absolutely mind-blowing. And that's the part where I see other teams crumble, is that when life gets hard or the business gets hard, they quit, they give up, they take steps back or whatever. And our team, like our core team that has been here and that's still here, they've done the work on the inside that makes them completely unstoppable. So that when it gets hard, it's just like, oh yeah, no problem, like whatever. You know, the weight loss transformations, the life tragedies. I mean, like when I went through all my stuff with Sean, if I hadn't done that personal work and focused on myself and leaned into this team and community, don't know where I'd be. So don't underestimate the power of being a part of this team. It's not just another Beachbody coach team. It is very unique. You'll see other teams do retreats, but they're just so different every time that I do the retreats, and the sleepover was extra different. So, yeah, it's just kind of like no words. And so Felicia's like, oh, when's the next event? So how events work, we have quarterly events, and those are called Super Saturdays. Now, the big events where a lot of the magic happens are events that you have to work for a year in advance. So the Success Club trips, when Beachbody takes us to the Dominican or Mexico or all the places that they've taken us, and you get to take a guest with you, those you have to work for a year in advance. So don't be all bummed out when you haven't hit Success Club and worked your business all year and you can't go. I'm not saying you, Felicia, just anyone, because you're crushing it, I know. But, you know, people get all, oh, I wanted to go. And it's like, you got to put in the work, you know, now so that you qualify for those events. And then they have leadership events. So as you grow your team and advance your business, the events for me that have changed my perspective on, like, if you guys think sleepovers have oh my God moments in Summit, like, get to leadership. Leadership is where you're hanging out with the cream of the crop. And most days I'm like, I don't even belong to be here. I don't deserve to be here. I don't belong here. And I learned so much from being around people that elevate me. So, like, even at the sleepovers, though, you're surrounded by people who are elevating you, and they would bend over backwards for you. I mean, these girls I'd never met them before, and they're helping me cook and clean and taking care of my dogs, and it was just really cool. So That was our coach sleepover.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah, of course. Sorry, I kind of cut you off there.
No, I'm a mess. The thing that it solidified for me the most, the biggest lesson I took away was to never stop doing the basics, never stop showing up, never stop doing the hard shit, and always continue to chase my fear, because those are the things that had gotten me to where I am right now. And those are the things that have made me grow. And that's how I'm able to help others grow, is just doing the basics. I feel like if I wasn't consistent in the vitals and showing up and chasing hard shit, I wouldn't be here right now. I wouldn't have attracted these amazing, powerful, strong women to me, right? Because I wouldn't deserve them. So I just think it's really important that we don't lose sight of doing the basics every single day, no matter what, and just being real about it.
That's something that your team is just so amazing at. And when I say your team, like your specifically personally sponsored coaches, Candace, is that they take the daily checklist. You guys, like, there's a million checklists out there and they're pretty much all the same. Vitals are the vitals. We just make it, switch it around here and there sometimes, and make it more about personal development in some check boxes. But like, Candace did her check boxes daily. And so if you're a brand new coach and you're like, where the F do I start? You guys have a new coach training. And even if I didn't provide one for you, there is one in the Coach Online office. So it's going back to the basics of becoming that student. And Marissa's like, oh, my coach told me to do this, so I did it. And really, honestly, it's that. And then once you hit Success Club and hit Emerald, then guess what? You teach someone how to hit Success Club and hit Emerald. And then you do that again and again and again. This business is a duplication of progress. And so it starts with those new coach checklists. There's no secret. I did a coach call with someone else today who's not on our team at all. And she's like, what's the secret? And I was like, have you mastered this? Oh, no. Yeah, like, no, but really, what's the secret? She wasn't doing the vitals. She wasn't doing the basics on that checklist. And so kudos to you and your team for mastering that, because it can get mundane, guys, but that's how over time that compound effect will bring you to success. Okay, well, thank you so much to everyone who shared. And if you guys don't have your summit tickets, if you guys haven't ever been to a Super Saturday, put it on your calendars now. January 8th is the next one. So they're going to be announcing new products and new things at Leadership that I go to November 1st in Vegas. And so we'll learn all about all new stuff then. And then usually at Super Saturday, January, we'll learn about new stuff too. So I hope this was inspirational for you guys, and have an awesome night. Love you all. See you later.